a beginning will eventually come to us, right? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our show. Today, we are here to talk to you about something that is going to soothe your soul. In fact, you might even say it's smoke for the soul.
By Kilian. A Kilian product. A Kilian artwork.
Okay, so, anywhoozle. If you have not seen the bottles, I think the bottles are really nice. For me personally, like, it's got a really cool engraving on both sides, or like not engraving.
Embossing.
Thank you.
What he was the technical terms.
Sorry.
No.
I think the font on the bottle is really nice. The only thing I wish is that I wish the whole bottle was like black in the front.
I am honestly glad that it's not, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, because you can see the juice level on the side, which it's kind of hard to see there, but you can see it peeking through. That's good. Like Encre Noir is awesome because it's black all the way through. It's pitch black, but I have no idea how much juice is in there, TBH.
TBD.
But yeah, as far as bottles go,
It's a really nice bottle.
I would put this in for sure in at least my top 10 favorite bottles of all time.
I think it's very classic. I don't necessarily think it's unique, and I think I favor unique over classic. But I would definitely rank this as a very strong bottle design. Yeah.
Got the Kilian logo there in the top.
I mean, yeah, you can't really tell, but the juice is kind of like a chartreusey, yellowy, greeny kind of fun color.
There you go.
Yeah, the cap is some serious, like,
Yeah.
it takes effort to remove it. It's
a pretty heavy cap.
which is nice.
The spray nozzle underneath. Yeah, pretty weighted. Here we go. Here's the test. You ready? Oh yeah, sounds like a marble.
Yeah, so that is the bottle, which we give A pluses all around, aces
Yep.
all around.
Aces. Now, as far as the smell goes, so one of the notes in here is cannabis, otherwise known as
Green tobacco leaf.
green tobacco leaf. So we went to, we were smelling all the different Kilians at Saks, Fifth Avenue. And we were there smelling them, and I was talking to the rep about them as we were smelling them. But anyways, talking to him about this guy. And I was like, yeah, this is one of the few I wanted to specifically smell out more than anything else here. I was asking him what notes were in there. And he said that he never mentioned cannabis. He said green leaf tobacco. And I said, oh, well, one of the reasons I was wanting to sniff it out is it's said to have the note of cannabis in it. And I was interested in how a like $300 retail bottle for 50 milliliters, so super high end, is going to incorporate cannabis into it. And he was like, oh, well, yeah, we don't really say that it's got cannabis in it. We say it's got green leaf tobacco in it. That's what he said to me, and I was just like, gotcha, buddy. There's definitely no cannabis in this fragrance. You know? So, but that's one of the things that drew me into this, kind of like I was drawn into Absolute Pour Le Soir by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. It's a similar thing, a super high-end bottle that's supposed to smell urine-y in Kurkdjian's case, and here with Kilian, super high-end bottle that's supposed to be
All about the Doobie Brothers. Just a tribute to the old Doobies.
I did not like it very much at first. The smell has grown on me quite a lot. I think, so at stores now, when we go smelling things, I can point out notes now, which is exciting. Only really basic notes, but I can at least start to notice them. And I think as my nose has definitely become more of a tool I use, the more I've enjoyed this. I don't know, I don't think it smells like a dirty at all. I think it smells enjoyable.
Yeah. the first word I would use to even describe this is heady. Like, it's this one and like vintage body chorus that are the only two fragrances I've ever sprayed on, and my brain feels like it's buzzing. I think it's the eucalyptus, the sharp eucalyptus in body chorus, and here, obviously, I think it's the marijuana. Obviously it's not like a secondhand high while getting pretty good, because obviously it's not how marijuana works. It smells smoky, I think, for sure.
Yeah.
It smells like a dense cloud of smoke. And I mean, I wouldn't call that, I don't smell tobacco in this. But I also don't really smell marijuana in this. I don't smell cannabis in this. It smells
smoky.
Smoky, yeah. It smells very much like a mystical kind of. I mean, you get cannabis as kind of like a reference, but you don't really.
So to me, what this smells like is like a poker game with Cuban cigars, with like men in rolled up button ups and suspenders. That's what this smells like to me, anyway. Like it's a man smell. It's definitely very much like a man's man smell.
Yeah.
I think you have to be dressed up to wear this.
As far as like, I know a lot of fragrances do like the strip down. This is our strip down. You can tell it's high end because it's super like simple and there's not a whole lot of sophisticated like doodads going on. It doesn't look crazy.
But I love doodads and crazy.
So do I, but I'm saying out of those that are stripped down, really, I think this has got it on point because it's still, I mean, as we showed earlier, you know, it's still got, like, you know, this iconography here, which is great and tells a little story about it. It's just tying in a lot of these things. It kind of looks like snakes' heads in an apple, so it's kind of like forbidden fruit type deal up here at the top. And boy, I don't know. I just think the bottle is 10 out of 10. I think the juice itself, it lasts all day and it smells unlike anything I've ever smelled.
I mean, we've reached the point where we're like, this smells like 6 other bottles that we've already smelled today.
Yeah.
And we've never had that thought with this, is that we haven't ever thought, hey, you know, this is always a very different, unique, one of a kind.
Yeah. So I think it's challenging enough and a little bit difficult to wear enough that you actually have to be like a very specific type of person to wear this. I don't think it smells like marijuana. I've said that before. I think it smells narcotic, but I don't think it smells like marijuana. But I would say if I were to describe this atmospherically, because I think that's what this is its atmosphere in a bottle. I would describe this as hotboxing. Like that's what this has to be, for sure. God Christ, I don't even know. What would you begin to say? Who smells like that?
The pitster as the character Rusty. Ocean's 11.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I feel like with this stupid like shrimp cocktail that he's eating when Julia Roberts walks down the stairs, or like him trying to teach a bunch of celebrities how to play poker in the back room, and how he's hitting on strippers and everything else. What about you?
I would say this is Tom Bombadil. Straight out of Middle Earth. Tom Bombadil is a fictitious character in the Lord of the Rings trilogy who never comes up in the movie.
That would be why I don't know him.
To be honest, has like one of the weirdest, like, Tom Bombadil, man, is just like, he's like, if you're reading a list of like mythological characters and you're reading old like myth stories from like ancient Greek or Roman culture or Nordic cultures, and there's just always that one character who like, it seems like everything cool in the world is going on around them, but you have no idea who they are or what's going on with them, and they just seem incredibly rich. That's who this character. And there's another thing I forgot that's weird about Tom Bombadil. Gandalf calls him the oldest creature in existence, but yet if you read the Silmarillion and the creation of the entire like universe of Tolkien's Middle Earth, and even before that, Tom Bombadil does not seem to appear at any point. Nor is he the original being. So like, he's got
Q
a little.
from Star Trek.
Yes.
There you go.
He's like an old, comforting version of Q that's got like a cabin out in the middle of the woods. He's just doing weird shit with his wife, and they just kind of stumble on him, and he's just speaking like in this specific rhyme pattern the whole fucking time. It's just super weird, and just a very weird character. But like I imagine you'd come across him, and he's like a very serious character. There's an intensity, a depth, wisdom, everything of that comes in here. But there's also like, I think this would be part of that atmosphere that he gives off that's just so unexplainable and interesting and intricate. But yet the playfulness kind of comes through, and that's where the subversive elements in here, I think, come through. While it still smells like a very refined, beautiful, sophisticated, well-blended fragrance, the fact that it's so subversive makes it a little playful, as I think Absolute Pour Le Soir does. These are very serious fragrances, but they're also not afraid to be a little reflexive as well. So, here's the cereal question.
Yeah.
What would you give by Kilian's
Smoke
for the Soul?
For the soul of smoke. Whew. On a wearability, slash a smell that I want you to wear, I maybe give it like a 7.4. But for uniqueness and just its overall presentation and vibe, and the occasional sniffing it out of the bottle, I think I'd give it an 8.8.
An 8.8.
An 8.8.
Well, that's doable.
What about you? 10 out of 10.
No, 20 out of 10. This is one of my all-time favorite fragrances. Top 5.
It's on your top 5 right now.
It's on my top 5 right now. I love the fuck out of this thing, and I'm really shocked that nobody speaks on this guy in the community. Really,
maybe it's because they're afraid of the green tobacco leaf.
That honestly could be it. But I mean, people like Black Afghano. But here's the deal: people like Black Afghano. I've sprayed Black Afghano on. That does not even give me a narcotic vibe. I don't get anything from that except this smells like a Alessandro Gattari creation.
Yeah.
It just smells like a Nasomato Orto Parisi product. This guy really brings the heat. People are willing to talk about a lot of other Kilian fragrances. We have tried 14 from the line, and this is 1 out of 3 right now that I like, and this is my favorite of the 3, and I'm just really shocked that nobody else in the community really seems to love this one. So guys, truly, get your nose on this guy if you want to be into some weird subversive shit. Oh, well there it is. Some weird subversive shit. If you like Absolute Pour Le Soir, even if you like Musk Kubla Khan, something like that's a little out of the ordinary, wacky.
Yeah, don't necessarily think this smells like Absolute Pour Le Soir. It does not smell anything like Absolute Pour Le Soir.
No.
But it gives off a similar type of uniqueness and wearability and vibe.
That's what I'm saying. This one and Absolute Pour Le Soir, they're both masterpieces. They're both mixed to perfection. They're just incredible, impeccable masterpieces from the beginning to end. They last forever. They're 2 of the best bottles in existence, in my opinion. And
so the 2 of them need to be bed buddies, is what you're telling me?
Yeah, smooch.
I wonder what that would smell like. Like a love child of Smoke for the Soul and Absolute Pour Le Soir.
We can always put them both on at the same time, and I can smell like...
Oh!
I can smell like Grandpa Death.
Coming soon to a theater near you. Grandpa Death.
He's deaf.
Goodbye.